This is a straight out of theatre reaction to Weapons by Zach Cregger. So I literally just got done finishing this movie, and I've been left with a bit of a sour taste. So before I get into it, obviously there's gonna be spoilers ahead in this movie. If you haven't seen Weapons or you don't want any spoilers, just click off the review now. So I'll jump right into it. Obviously, as I just said, there will be spoilers and the ending in this video. So I want to start by saying I've been left with a sour taste in my mouth with that ending. The ending is just not it. Like, it doesn't match up with the entire tone of the movie. It doesn't feel like the entire movie led up to that. It's just like, come on. But aside from the ending, everything that led up to that moment was just pure like gold for me. It was so well done. Like the tension building throughout the entire movie, like of what is going on here. Why have these kids left? Who's linked to this case? Who's not? And the movie does a really interesting thing of like how they use not only time but how they like structure the story. So they use it by delving into like chapters, and each chapter is a different character you meet. So it starts off with the teacher, then it goes to one of the parents, then you actually get to one of the kids, and when it gets to Alex, one of the kids, that's when it's like, damn, like now this is going down. Now we know who's doing what, why. Well, we don't actually find out why the person is doing what they're doing, but we find out who is the ringleader of what's happened. So obviously, it did turn out to be the aunt that visited, and we saw glimpses of her throughout the movie, which I thought was okay. Like it's like she's clearly like a witch of some sort, and it was a very voodoo based explanation as to what was going on. So basically, as we know, these kids left their homes at 2:17 a.m. Every single one of them, apart from Alex, who was in the family of this witch. So the aunt asked Alex to take a piece of every class member's thing, something they've touched, and give it to her. So he does that, brings home name tags from their boxes at school, and she basically rips them up and puts them into this thing, wraps hair around the thing and snaps it and rings a bell, and then they just follow whatever she wants. So it is very voodoo based how this movie goes, which I didn't mind. I thought they did it, but they handled it pretty well. I thought it was pretty cool. Um, but the highlight of the movie for me was Alex's part in this story, the whole backstory as to what was going on. Also, Josh Brolin's performance as Matthew's father, I thought was incredible. I thought he produced a really good performance. It reminded me that of Hugh Jackman's performance in Prisoners. It wasn't as good, obviously, but it reminded me a bit of it. This movie also had me thinking back to Memento, which I recently reviewed. You can check out on the channel. The way they use time. So every chapter with every new character, it goes back and it meets up with a certain point in time where everyone else, and it all lines up. So it goes back to go forward. It's similar to Memento in that way. Um, so yeah, I mean the movie overall is really good. There's a few jump scares in there, which is like motherfucker, like Jesus, it's scary. Like I got chills for a few scenes. Like God, like it was scary. Some of the jump scares, and there's one or two in there specifically that just no, don't do that to me. That is scary, man. But so the horror was really good, but it's just that ending. It was a comedic ending, right? And the aunt was being chased down by the kids, all the kids that left, because Alex managed to figure out what to do, and he like did something. He pricked his finger on it, snapped it, and they all followed what he wanted. And then there was a really comedic scene where the aunt was running away from all these kids, and they were all screaming, and there was like these people randomly looking on. It was very comedic, and I didn't like that ending at all. But aside from the ending, this movie was really good. I think it opens up and establishes where we are, what we're doing. It's paced really well. There's some really good performances in there, especially from Julia Garner and Josh Brolin. I think they both did really good performances. Zach, I think the director did a really good job. I think this movie's paced well, it's directed well, it looks good, the story's good. It's just that ending. If that ending was more serious with like a good ending, and maybe throughout the movie actually get an explanation as to why the aunt's doing what she's doing, how is the voodoo working, I would have probably been a bit more satisfied. But I don't mind if a film ending on a lot of plot holes, because I don't know if we can get a sequel to this, to be honest. But yeah, the ending kind of annoyed me because I wanted something a bit more serious, an explanation maybe. But the movie throughout the movie, it really did build tension well. It really made you wonder what is actually going on. Why is this happening? These jump scares, it's all building to something. And each character that they do a chapter on, when you all I'm gonna say is just trust it, okay? Because you get a chapter, and one of the characters is a random guy you've seen for like 2 minutes, And it starts off and you're like, okay, why is this? It's just wasting time. That's what I thought. I thought this movie's just wasting time on these characters, but it all does link in and it all does work in the end. I was really happy to see that. So yeah, other than all that aside, let's just get into the scoring. So as always, guys, we're going to start off with the direction. Zach Cregger, I believe is how you pronounce his name. The direction for this movie, I'm going to give a 4 out of 5 for this movie. I thought it looked really good. I thought the pacing was good. I thought it was written well and everything like that. It's high scoring for me, but it's not perfect because of that ending and a few things in between the movie. Next up, we're getting into acting. So the highlights of this movie, as I said, was Julia Garner and Josh Brolin. I thought they were the main standouts, and also the boy that played Alex, who I'm not sure what his name is, but credits to those guys because they all did a really good performance. But there was no performances where I was like, wow, like that is an incredible performance. And for that reason, I'm giving the acting a 3 out of 5. And that's no hate towards the acting, because I thought the acting was really solid. There was nothing that made me go like, damn, that's really good. Next up, we're going to get into the story. Okay, this is probably going to be quite a controversial one because this is a very highly rated movie throughout social media, Rotten Tomatoes, whether you trust that or not. It's had a really good general consensus, but I'm going to give this story a 3 out of 5. Not because this is a bad story, it's a really good story, but things like the ending, which ruined the whole tone of the movie for me, and it sort of ruined just the feel of the movie, right? And I also thought that not explaining why the aunt was doing what she was doing, her backstory, anything like that, didn't make much sense to me, and I kind of wish we got a bit more to that story, so I was left a bit confused there. So, combining those scores, what I thought of the movie straight out of the theatre, as you can see, I'm literally in my car, I just finished it. The jump scares were good. Obviously, this is a horror movie, so I can't treat it like an Oscar-winning movie, but I'm just going off what they tried to go for, and they were going for this really good written story, and they got that. It was a really well-written story. The jump scares are really good. They knew how to use their horror. They knew how to build tension, and whenever they wanted to build tension, they did. You really felt that. When they tried to be funny, it did not hit for me at all, but I could see what they were going for. So, regarding everything, what I thought of the movie, the writing, the direction, the action, the horror, there wasn't much action, acting, everything like that, I'm going to give this movie a 3.5 out of 5, okay? And the only reason this movie doesn't score a 4 is because of that ending. It really just leaves a sour taste in my mouth. I didn't enjoy that ending at all. I thought it ruined the vibe and the tone of the movie, and this didn't work for me. But, as I always say, let me know what you guys thought of Weapons. Leave a comment down below. I always want to hear from you guys, okay? You know, this is a good movie, and I want to hear what you guys think, because I think this could be quite a controversial take, because a lot of people love this movie, but for me, the ending and not explaining enough of what was going on with the aunt didn't really work for me. Leave the comments down below, share this video about, and stay tuned for more content coming soon.